What up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking how I'm in a position where I prayed for and I'm still chasing more. I'm still looking for the next big thing. And I know I'm not the only one that does that, where you're praying for something, God's finally blessing you with it, and you're like, okay, now what's next? What's new? What's the next project that I need to work on? Like right now I'm sitting here, as you guys can tell, we're in this trade right now for a profit. And it's just like a casual day. Like it's not even 12. And like the more that I sit there and kind of think about the profit, I think about the promise that I made to myself when I was younger. Right now I'm 25 years old. When I was 20, 21, I was like, when I was 25, I want to be in this position. When I'm 30, I want to be in this position. And I just remember making these promises, talking to God about it. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna write down my goals. I'm gonna put them in the Bible and I'm gonna just tuck them away. I'm not even gonna think about it. I'm just gonna get to work. I'm just gonna grind. And then I sit here and I think about how God has literally blessed me in many ways. And now I'm like, okay, what's the next thing? What's the next project that we could work on? But I forget to thank him during the process. And I also forget that I think I'm starting to take advantage of it because it feels normal. But what felt like a challenge at one point, what felt uncomfortable at one point, is now normal, you know? And I think a lot of people are in that same headspace where you're like, God's finally blessed me with the vision that I wanted, but I'm going for bigger. What you have to do is that you can't forget where you started. You can't forget who was there in in the dark times, who was there for the late nights, who was there when you needed them the most. You know what I'm saying? There's many times when you're gonna put yourself in a situation or a predicament where it's just gonna be based off of you and God. And God has brought you out of that. God has brought you from that moment when you felt like people weren't going to support you, when you didn't know where the next bill was going to be paid, when you didn't know where your next meal was going to come from, and you just had faith and stuck it through. But now you're doing very well for yourself. Now you're out of that predicament. So you're like, what else can I do to further it? And you forget where you came from. I think God has put it on my heart to tell somebody that's watching, it might even be you, don't forget the story, because everybody has a testimony. Don't forget your story whenever it becomes successful. Don't forget about where you came from when you made it. Don't think about how bad you want the next thing when you would neglect where you were before. And the cool thing about this is that it almost humbles you because you remember where you were, and it also reminds you where you could go back to. If things don't work out, then what? If things fall through the cracks, then what? And you try to claim it as, this is bad luck, or, things just didn't go right. And you try to figure out what the next step is. The thing is, so you have to continue having the faith. Sometimes you become successful. Sometimes you start getting big headed, like I did this. So you forget that God is the one that prepared you for that moment. He sent you through those trials to prepare you to be where you're at right now, to put you in the position where you're at right now. The way that I think about it is that God is the CEO and I'm the COO. Yeah, I'm a CEO in real life in the world, but over my life personally, God is the CEO and I'm just the person that's working under him, doing the things and the tasks that needs to be done. If you put yourself in that predicament, then God will be able to use you and utilize you. Right now, you're like, I'm the top dog. Or you're working to be the top dog of your life. And you're like, there's no one else who's going to be better than me. And you forget about God during the successful period, during the time that things are looking good, during the times that things are getting comfortable, during the times that things are looking up, And I know for myself, I had to think about the same thing. I was like, okay, things are looking real good. I got podcasts going on. Trading success is going very well. Business is growing. Content is doing well. What else do I need to be doing? What other things do I need to be progressing in if I can do it myself? But I forget that God has also put me in position to be able to do these things, to connect with the people that I have, for me to impact the people that I have. That you can't forget about God. You know what I'm saying? Right now I'm periodically checking this trade, y'all. Don't mind me. But you have to remember where you started from. If you don't remember where you started from, then sometimes you forget your why and you start thinking that you're bigger than the program. You're like, everything is under my program, but I'm bigger over everybody else's. And that's how people get cocky. That's how people get too, I call it an airhead. You know what I'm saying? Your head gets super big and you forget that every now and then you might get popped, and then what's going to happen? You got to stay level-headed. I always talk about that. But put yourself in a predicament where you remember your why, remember where you started from, and don't take out God. Because if you take God out the mix, then you're going to be basically asking for a downfall. If you're just basing it off of you, in the Bible it says, don't lean on your own understanding. Many times people are like, you know what? Things are looking good. I feel like I know what's best. Because what does God know for my life? What does this other person know for my life? What else can they do for me in my life? They're not the one that's going to feel the repercussions. They're not the one that's going to be paying these certain things for they're not going to be paying these certain bills for things to execute. I feel like I know what's best for me. So you move off of your own understanding and your own emotion. And then when things don't work out, then you're like, you know what? I'm just going to pivot. I'm just going to do something different. And then you keep moving on from there. But you forget where you started from. You don't appreciate where you started from because you're so focused on the next thing. So allow God to continually use you, put you in positions where you are being led by Him, where you are being guided by His understanding. And that means getting in the Word. That means going to church. That means finding oh my goodness, I can't even talk. Finding that young adult group for people to actually understand you. It could be age group. It could be just being in a male group or in a female group. Finding your people to be like, this is who I can be around. If I want to go hang out, instead of me hanging out with my boys to go to the club, I'm going to hang out with my boys that want to go to church, that want to go have a game night, or that want to go to a lounge spot. Or maybe, we just want to come over and play video games. We want to have a movie night. Doing things is going to keep us out of trouble. You know what I mean? Not putting yourself in predicaments where you're going to be losing yourself. Feeding yourself the bad habits and the bad environments. People forget about that part too. You start getting not level-headed. You start seeing success and you're like, you know what? I'm just going to forget about all the other morals and the other things that I have, because now I can celebrate. Now I can go to the clubs. Now I can pull the finer woman. Now I could be able to make more money. Now I can scale my business. Now I can do this and that. That you think it's all on me. This is me, 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 me. Again, taking other people and taking God out of it. And that's the thing I think a lot of people struggle with. As they start to see more success, you don't fully know how to handle it. And so what happens is you become successful, then you go back down to normal, and you're like, dang, I should have appreciated what life was like when I was successful. So now whenever you become successful again, you either get to that same level or you get higher, and then you're like, okay, now I've learned my lesson. And you start to adapt from there. But that's because you're not taught what to do when you become successful. You don't understand what it feels like to be so successful yet, so you forget the power of it. Humbleness speaks more volume. When you walk in a room and you're not like, everybody needs to meet me. Oh my gosh, look at the things that I got on. Oh my gosh, I'm talking super loud. Oh my gosh, I'm the center of attention. People are more curious about who you are because you're more mysterious. So they're like, he does have nice clothes on, but he's not loud. So what does he do? He seems like he carries himself well, but he's not going around talking to every single person and trying to shoot a shot at every single female in here. So who is he? People love mystery. It could be in movies, it could be in relationships, it could be in friendships, it could be whatever. People love kind of figuring out a puzzle. Some people like the straightforwardness. Other than that, though, people are literally like, who is this guy? Who is this person? They want to figure you out. So as you're becoming more successful, don't forget that it's okay to look back. The reason that the rear view is smaller is because you're looking back temporarily, but you got to focus on the vision that's in front of you. Keep moving forward. I always say that. Keep moving forward, keep looking forward. The longer that you look back, you might get in an accident. You might hit something that's not supposed to be hit. Now you got, more consequences down the road that you weren't even supposed to be involved with if you were just paying attention to the vision that you had. So that being said, y'all, appreciate y'all for watching. If y'all made it this far, like the video, comment what you guys thought about the video. If you took anything, it touched you right there in your heart. Keep your head up, man. Keep your head up. Stay level-headed. Follow me on Instagram, King Malone. Share this video with somebody that needs to hear it, because there is somebody that's starting to become successful. They don't know exactly how to handle it. You know what I mean? So that being said, y'all, I'll catch y'all in the next video. I'm gone.